shall move into the next example, example 3. In here, we are dealing with the mixing tank with liquid vapor inflow. So the picture of the system will be the same as in example 1, except in this particular example, the tank is fully sealed and has a vapor inflows and outflows. So the assumption that is needed to solve this particular example is that ideal gas law is implied in here. The temperature is constant, the volume is the constant, and then the molar weight is also constant. So by implying an ideal gas law, meaning that we are using PV is equal nRT. The term in here is equal to M. So this M is equal M divided by molecular weight RT. As a result, your M will be equal to PV molecular weight divided by RT, which is this term in the brackets in here. Okay, then we check on the consistency of the unit. The unit of the pressures is equal to Pascal and can be expressed in terms of the kilogram per meter second square. The unit of the volume is equal to meter cube, and then the unit of the molecular weight is kilogram per kmol, and then divided by the unit of the R, which is joule per kilomole Kelvin, and then joule can be expressed in terms of the kilogram meter square per second square divided by kmol Kelvin. Okay, multiplied by the T, which is Kelvin. And then we can cancel things in here. Kilogram in here, meter, second square, Kelvin, and we know that we are having as an M a unit of kilogram, and then with this T is hour, and then the one on the right hand side, let's take it for sake of the example, is WS in here will be kilogram per hour. So our unit matching the left and the right hand side. Now what we need to do to see that this volume is a constant volume, the molecular weight is a constant, and a gas constant is a constant, and temperature is also constant. So this term in here can be taken out of the derivative term in here. That means what we essentially have is a change in terms of the pressure with respect to time. Okay, so the final expression expressing the change in the terms of the tank pressure. Then the next example. The next example is the same as in example 1, but except in here we are using a component mass balances where the inflows have pure chemical components. The mass fraction of ethanol is defined as omega. The mass fraction of water is 1 minus omega. If we put in plus prod equal to out plus accumulations, then we will get this term accordingly. And if we sum the component mass balance of the ethanol plus the component mass balance of the water, then we get a total mass balance as in expressed in here. Okay. Then we can inspect the ethanol component mass balance, or what you see in here. Okay, this particular expressions in here. If we see that that component in here, and especially the first term in here, we look in the systems, then we know that the mass within the systems and the mass fractions of the ethanol are not constant. So this M and this omega may change as a functions of time. So we need to use a chain rule to basically break down this and get these expressions in here. Okay, and we can basically derive this term in here from this term in here. Okay, so we are dealing with this one. For example, M d omega over dt will be equal to d m omega dt minus omega dm over dt. Then we divide the left hand side expressions with m, and also the left hand side expressions with m. Then we come up with these expressions in here. So the composition change with respect to time can be expressed in terms of the total mass balance in here and an ethanol mass. I mean, this one is the total mass balance, and then in here is the ethanol mass balance. So this one is the total, and then this one is the ethanol one. Okay, which is what is expressed by this term in here, and then the term below. Moving on into example 5. So we are continuing that thing basically. We can get these final expressions in here, or is bad, but we have to make sure that the mass m is always larger than 0. If not, then our equations will not give you the correct expressions. I shall go into the notes to show you how we derive this thing, how we derive that final expressions. So imagine that we have this dm over dt is equal to this. This is the total mass balance. Okay, and then the second one is the ethanol mass balance, and then we have these expressions that we derived earlier on. Then we substitute this dm omega over dt, or these expressions in here. We substitute to replace this one, this omega e minus omega sw, and then on the last term as well, we replace this term in here, dm over dt, with this. Okay, and then we move this m can be expressed in terms of this minus this, and then we will get the change in terms of the mass fractions of ethanol with this final expression, which is the same with what we give in the slides. Okay, I just put it in here to make it more clear for everybody, so that they can see that this is the case. Okay, then I move back into my slide again. So you need to cross check back again from the video. Just play in, just go backward and go forward to basically see whether everything consistent. In the next example, there is a tank with constant volume which has an inflow with a volumetric rate of Q and an inflow concentration of C in. The model assumption is that the volume is a constant in the tank, and there is a homogeneous mixing. Or what the figure in here can be shown is that I can draw another identical concept in here, except what I draw in here is it's being stirred, and then this one is a Q in, C in, and then this one is V. Okay, and then the concentrations in the tank is C, and then this one is a Q out, and then a C out. Since the start is the tank is stirred, so the C out will be equal to C. Okay, which is what is assumed by the perfect mixing assumption, where the concentration of the streams leaving a perfectly mixed system should be identical to the concentration within the system. Then we can easily make a mass balance in here, which is consisting of the in equal out plus accumulations. And note that we need to always check the units in here. So this should be gram per mole multiplied by meter cube per second multiplied by mole per meter cube. Okay, and this and likewise we need to check this term as well in here, because this term is equal with this. I mean, this term will be equivalent to this term in terms of the units, right? In here, gram per mole multiplied by meter cube multiplied by mole per meter cube. So here we cancel gram per second. In here we should get gram, and then we have this T in here, which is equal to second basically. And then note that Q in is equal Q out is equal Q, so we can simplify this term further. Okay, and then the C out will be equal to C. So as a result, we will get this dC over dt will be equal to Q divided by V multiplied by C in minus C. Okay, so we will continue in the next part of the video. Thank you for listening.